All right, our next guest has the hottest book in the country right now. He says the book contains his scariest revelations yet. Red-Handed: How American Elites Get Rich Helping China Win just hit #1 on Amazon. Peter SCHWEIZER, author and president of the Government Accountability Institute, joins us now. Peter, great to see you again. I got to ask you, I read through this thing. Why are you, and I know how good you are, so please take this as a compliment, why are you the only one that's exposing this?
It's a great question, Sean. To me, it's really the story in American politics today, and that's the fact that the Biden family has received some $31 million from businessmen in China. Each and every one of those businessmen has direct ties to the highest levels of Chinese intelligence, meaning they're business partners with the Vice Minister for State Security, or they're business partners with family members of the Minister of State Security. It's shocking to me that other media outlets, mainstream media, is not pursuing this story because it's not a story of corruption anymore or cronyism. It's of national security. And I think it raises questions, very serious questions, about the fact that the Biden family may be compromised.
Talk to us about how compromised, because Hunter Biden, he cashed in big time. You talk about this, working with Chinese businessmen, racking up $6 million. You have emails in your book from Hunter Biden saying, quote, he doesn't believe in the lottery, but he believes in this man that he calls the super chairman. He says the sky's the limit. You know, this seems like proof of smoke and gun to me. So how deep are these ties?
They're very deep. So that email is talking about a guy that Hunter calls the super chairman. His name is Che Feng. He's kind of a sketchy businessman. He ends up arranging a deal for Hunter to get involved with this private equity firm that the Chinese government is financing. And Hunter gets a $20 million ownership stake in this entity. So who is Che Feng? Well, his business partner at the time is a guy named Ma Jian, who's the Vice Minister for State Security in China. His responsibility is recruiting foreigners to spy on behalf of China. Ma Jian's other responsibilities are for intelligence operations in North America. So this is the super chairman. Hunter Biden believes he's won the lottery because of this guy's deals. And this guy is neck deep in the world of Chinese espionage and spying. This should be setting off sirens everywhere in Washington, D.C.
So, Peter, what I love about the book, I started my career in political research, right? You're always trying to make these connections about saying, hey, look, this person is related to this person. And so you're trying to make these connections and then sell a story, right? And selling a reporter and saying, hey, connect the dots. You don't connect the dots. Like, you just go, here's the email. Like, this is literally his email, him saying it. There's no dot to connect. It's just the dot. And in one case, you detail how Hunter, his business partner, arranged for private phone lines to be installed for Vice President Biden, which, one, constitutes an illegal gift from this business partner to a government official, i.e. the vice president at the time. And second, raises a huge question as to why you would need to be installing private phone lines for the vice president of the United States. Explain this.
Yeah, I mean, Sean, you hit on the other part of this story. So on the one hand, you have these Chinese businesses linked to intelligence that's giving money to the Biden family. Then on the other hand, you have the Biden family taking these really unusual steps, one of which is to have a private phone line back channel that Joe Biden, Vice President Joe Biden has. It's paid by Hunter Biden's business, which is not legal, by the way. But you also have this other development, Sean, which is quite stunning. Hunter secures these deals with these businesses and linked to Chinese intelligence. Hunter Biden then goes to the United States Secret Service and says, I do not want your protection when I travel overseas. Anybody who does business in China, especially if you're a prominent person, knows you want Secret Service protection for the son of the Vice President of the United States. The reason he does not want the Secret Service there, it's hard to know, but very clearly he did not want the federal government and federal government law enforcement authorities to know who he was meeting with and what he was doing. And I think it's connected to the businessmen and individuals that he was dealing with.
Unreal.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Peter, let me ask you this, because you also talk in your book about all these tech organizations at the highest level, business moguls who are dealing with China. Do you feel like businesses are naive, and Americans are naive to the dangers of China's long game?
It's a good question. I think probably some businessmen are, but I think when you're talking about Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk, it's not naivete. They know what they're doing. I mean, I'll give you one example. Mark Zuckerberg decided to join with Google, and they said, we're going to put this massive cable that is going to connect Hong Kong to San Francisco. And they hire a Chinese company linked to the Chinese military to construct this cable. What happens in the Trump administration is the Justice Department and the FBI says, no way, you cannot build this cable. It will create a unique opportunity for Chinese espionage. Well, look, Mark Zuckerberg, Google, they had to know this. They're smarter than the guys in FBI when it comes to technology.
Right.
The point is they don't care. They don't care, and that's the problem. It's not naivete.
Right.
They don't care.
Wow.
Peter, amazing book, so well sourced. Red Handed's the name. Congratulations. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. Always enjoy it.
You bet. All right, more Spicer & Company right after the break.